All right, Kelvin, this road trip comes to a close on a beautiful Sunday afternoon in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The Dodgers and the Brewers, the final game of this 3-game series. And it's the rubber match after the Brewers cruised in the first game, the big first inning, and did not look back. 5-1 the final score. Dodgers stranded a small village in that game, but they didn't strand anybody yesterday. Taking advantage of the traffic they had. Offense exploding in an 11-3 win that gets us ready for Game 3. LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. The real sourdough star is back at Carl's Jr. You can get it for just $5.99 for a limited time. And by your Southern California Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. It's a beautiful day in Milwaukee for the final game of this 3-game series, and it was a beautiful day for the Dodger offense yesterday. They scored 11 runs on 10 hits and 11 walks. Most walks they've had this season. The most walks the Brewers have issued in a game in a decade as the Dodgers tied this series up. 5-1 Brewers on Friday night, 11-3 Dodgers last night, and we're all set for the finale. They have it cracked open, so there's still shade over the pitcher as Ohtani climbs in, and off we go with a fastball a little bit low. He gets it. 4-pitch walk to start the day for Ohtani, and here we go after 11 walks yesterday over the field, so his slug has to come to the pull side, shortest route. Down 1-2. Sproat delivers, and Betts digs it out, flies it to left center field. Mitchell will run it into the sun to put it away. Not this time. Down on strikes, 2 away. Never once has found himself falling into that trap. Here's Tucker with a ball laced into right field for a 2-out hit. Ohtani to third, Tucker to second, diving with a double. He had his first triple in a Dodger uniform yesterday and doesn't wait around right here, stroking a double to right.
Attacking the first pitch, and he hit a bullet. Just stays in the box, almost like his head down and threw this ball, and he doesn't even understand where it went. Look at how long it takes him to react and run. But once he's off and running, you will make sure you get the second. Don't make that third out at second when somebody else is already in scoring position.
Top RBI man coming up in Andy Pages. Drives this ball to center field. Mitchell, good first step. He's going to get there. Dodgers strand him at second and third. Yamamoto takes the mound after this. That has been the inning that you've been able to get to Yoshinobu Yamamoto this year. 7 innings, 7 ERA in the first inning. And down to Yamamoto territory after that. Rojas barehand throw late, and Sorio on the first pitch of the ball game for Milwaukee has an infield hit. Dominance in the postseason, but dominated in the regular season. It's a bouncing ball to Mookie Betts and a double play.
Well done by Mookie, knowing that he can get to the bag and still turn 2. No necessary flip here. Left-handed batter getting out of the box early, but he was looking for a way to get that pop.
Finds Mookie Betts right here with a ground ball, and Yamamoto, thanks to the double play ball, faces the minimum in the first. Have been down, but 3 consecutive games with 8 strikeouts for Yamamoto. Fires to Jake Bauers, bottom of the zone, strike. That hit his hand, and no, it's going to say hit the bat, and a foul ball. Either that or they're saying he swung.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. Had batter hit by pitch. First base, Milwaukee retained their challenge.
Leadoff man has been on both innings in this game. Yeah, Bauers, after he had his 22-game on base streak end yesterday, starts a new one right here. Tries to lay off. Went around, strike 3. He's saying, can't you just check down to first? I don't know if Tyler Jones said that it was foul tipped. That's an odd one for him to take into his own hands there.
That was a pretty decent check swing. I mean, it's in the gray area, but it doesn't look like a swing.
All right, so it is a strikeout. First one of the day for Yamamoto. Check swing from Garrett Mitchell. And ball one as Mitchell makes his first start of this series, the former UCLA Bruin. Up the middle, base hit center field. Bowers takes third. First pitch curve, bounce to second. Kim to second for one. That's all they'll get, and the Brewers get the game's first run. Domino effect of the aggressive base running. Outs, and Joey Ortiz out of the 8th spot today. Takes in the dirt. Frelick will take second. One. Big bounce to Betts. One shortstop to another to end the second inning, but the Brewers cash in first, 1-0 after 2. Wins above replacement. Jordan Walker, the St. Louis Cardinals. Wow, how did he get to that pitch? Dancing changeup was headed for his hands. Chases right here, and Sproat's racking up those strikeouts. It's already number 6 for the rookie.
Well, he walked 3 of his first 8 hitters, but since then, Dodgers are 0 for 7 with 5 Ks. Great bullpen in the string they're on.
Up the middle, that ball had eyes. Base hit for Teoscar Hernandez.
It looked like both fielders up the middle gave up on that one early because it looked like they should have gotten a little closer to it.
Slashes a base hit to left. And this little pocket of the order stays perfect. Got him with a curve again.
Yeah, you're going to look at that at bat and say, I had 2 to put in play, and then I got to the curveball that fooled me in the first at bat, and now it fools me in the second at bat.
Ouch. Sinker to the knee.
Yeah.
Oh, to the backstop. Here comes Hernandez, and the game is tied. A 2-out wild pitch from Sproat. And it's 1-1 in the 4th.
This is the opposite of trusting your stuff.
Second and third, 2 out, 1-2. Change up, grounded to Vaughn at first. He'll take it himself. But the Dodgers are back to square one. Tied at 1, middle 4. Two, 3, and 4 hitters coming up. Mookie Betts to lead off. Then Freeman, then Tucker. Brings Betts a 1-2. Ground ball towards the middle. Diving stop Ortiz, but he can't pull the trigger, and Betts has his first hit of the series. Stopped it but didn't get it cleanly. And the go-ahead run is aboard to start the 5th. Betts on ball 4. All that for that. It's a walk for Freeman, his 5th the last 2 days. And the 4th one of the game issued by Sproat. That'll be the last hitter that he faces, and so ultimately that high pitch count that we've been keeping an eye on will doom him here. Strikes out a career high number of hits. Bullpen will take over for Pat Murphy with runners at first and second. And a 1-1 game in the 5th. Kyle Tucker checks his swing, ball 1. Tries it again with another payoff. Tucker hits it down the line inside the bag to give the Dodgers their first lead of the game. Betts in to score. Freeman's right behind him. Tucker looking for another triple, and he's got it. Hadn't had a triple in more than a year going into yesterday. Now he's got 2 in a 24-hour span. Dodgers lead 3-1.
Well, when they're not messing with your timing, you got a pretty good idea you're going to get fastball, and he picks on it. And not only does he pick on it, he hits it right down the right field line. That's how early he was starting in a 3-2 count.
Infield in, Pages up. High drive, deep left field. Churio back, running out of room. Goodbye. Triple homer, back-to-back pitches. He said he had the feeling that they were about to punch through, and they do. 11th of the year for Pages, and it's 5-1.
When you're watching a game and the opposing two pitchers are not really changing speeds very well, and it doesn't matter, one was right-handed, one was left-handed, but they both want to try and get you out with something hard. Second time around the order, there's a rhythm to hitting.
Down on strikes. Finally, they get the first out. Place.
Yeah.
Very parched. Rushing to deep center. Mitchell's there, 2 out.
Who feels like he found an oasis, and this is not a mirage.
Third K for Kim. 4-run fifth for the Dodgers, though. Kyle Tucker gives them the lead with a 2-run triple. One pitch later, Andy Pages does one better. Off of the shores of Lake Michigan. 5-1. Dodgers ahead of the Brewers on the strength of a 4-run fifth inning. Rojas starts the ninth, takes a strike from Rodriguez. First. Off balance and a pop into foul ground. Hamilton charges ahead for the first out. And instead, he calmly takes his second walk of the day. For his last 32 here. Pop up, shadow right. Yeah, and that is terrain.
Interviews after breaking his arm out.
Legendary. Freddie's 6th walk the last 2 days. Puts this one in play, but weakly. And Frelick comes on to make the catch. On to the bottom of the 9th in Milwaukee.
Very clean outings.
Struck out 3 yesterday, did Scott. Luis Rengifo pinch hits to start this 9th. Pinch hitting for Jake Bauers. It's been 1 month since Scott gave up a run. One ball, 1 strike. Late swing and a miss, 1-2. Stabilizing force. Go back to Edwin Diaz's injury. That thrusted Scott back into the role that he was in before Diaz got here. Not necessarily labeled him the closer, but the top leverage guy. And him doing that has allowed everybody else to pretty much stay where they were.
Combination of knowing he can take down the tough lefties in the 8th or the 9th, and the starters going deep into the games really lines up for not only workload for the bullpen, but which hitters they want them against.
Vaughn and Mitchell to follow in this inning. 4, 5, and 6. We'll see though there's a pinch hitter for the lefty Mitchell. Another 2-2. Another foul ball. Rengifo, always a hard guy to strike out. One of the hardest in the National League. Shown some pop throughout his career. Does not have a home run as a Brewer though. With a back foot slider.
mystery out there on what is he going to pull the trigger on, and that was a beautiful pitch. Looks like a fastball down the middle and buries.
So strikeouts for all 4 outs that he's recorded this weekend. And now Andrew Vaughn, 1 for 3. Check swing, tap it to first. Freeman will take it himself, and the Dodgers are out away from taking this series. And instead of Mitchell, it'll be Blake Perkins to pinch hit. They sweep the Angels. They take 2 of 3 in a intense series in San Diego, and then they come here, lose the first game, bounce back in a big way. 11-3 in game 2. Yeah, with that big 5th inning today, have been in command for most of this one. Rockies and Phillies coming in starting tomorrow. 6:10 first pitch, first game of that series. And Dave Roberts' bobblehead giveaway night. We don't have more of the day plans. Here's Scott's 1-1 pitch to Perkins. Dodgers won't see the Brewers again until August. They come to Dodger Stadium. It'll be a fascinating race to watch in the Central. See where they're at when they come back in August. All 5 teams still above 500. They'll play 4 when they get together again in LA. Well, who knows? Maybe again in October. Strike 2, and Scott's a strike away.
This bullpen has been fabulous, and they have been really good in this series. Only given up 2 hits in 8 2/3 innings so far. Looks like it's going to be a 2-hitter through 9 here in a second.
If it keeps going, Gary Sanchez has a bat ready to hit for Sal Frelick. Scott saying, I'll see you in August. Here's his 3-2. Got him, and that's the ball game. And that's Jumbo Jacks. Boom goes the dynamite here on the last batter of the game. They get this 7 strikeout. They get a series win over the first place Brewers in a heck of a trip. 7-2. And you go back to the end of the previous homestand. The Dodgers have won 9 of their last 11.
And during that time, 6 of those outings by the pitching staff give up 0 or 1. That will bring you a lot of W's.
A lot of smiles to your manager, your pitching coach, and hopefully your fans too, as the Dodgers get ready to head back home. 7 more innings from Yamamoto, and today some run support. Burl Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Milwaukee. Stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers. Back home for the Rockies tomorrow night.